So originally, when we purchased the house, it had 6 posts in the basement. And they were set on top of a small rock, not much bigger than the post. And then underneath the rock was ground, clay. So I noticed when I first walked into the house that the center of the house was sagging. And I could tell by the doorways. So here, this first doorway is after it's jacked up. You see how it looks fairly square in the corners. As opposed to this one, which I did jack up this side, but I didn't jack it up enough yet. So you have 2 center posts, one running down here and one running down right through here. So we're working on this one right now, and presently we're about to put in a post right below here. And if anything, this looked a little bit high, but I think we're okay. Because once you put the post in and you start taking the pressure off the jacks, it settles a little bit. Everything's got to crunch together and you're going to lose 1/8 of an inch or so. The other thing I did, so the question is how do you know when you have it jacked up enough? So first of all, your doorways. When they built the house, I'm pretty sure they built everything square. That was their goal, and they probably hit pretty close. They were skilled craftsmen that built houses like this in the, early 1900s or late 1800s. This one's right in that time period. So the other thing I did was I also put a level on the floor and to see how I was going. But the other thing I go by is just walking around. I've noticed over the years that I can sense a slope fairly well, and I bet I'm not the only one. I bet most people can. So going by your gut feeling is very important. Now right here, I feel it slopes down a little bit. We didn't do the post. We didn't put the final post in here, so I think this end has to come up. But from here over, once we get that posted, we're going to have from here over up. The other thing is your doorway. So in here, that needs to come up yet. So it's affecting this doorway. And this door is getting really tight on this corner. Now, once we start bringing up this side, then it should go back loose. So it works good. So I really would like to shift over to here because we do need these front doors. I mean, the main door is out beyond. That's close to the foundation, so that's fine. It's when you start coming in is where it's affecting them. So we'll go downstairs. But the other thing, so you have your gut feeling on what feels like a slope, your doorways, your level, and you want to eye across the beam. Now I do have a laser pointer, but I forgot to bring it. And it works great, except for if you don't have a line of sight, you can't really use it. But the human eye can see straight and crooked really good. So although it's low light right now, that's looking really straight from this post here, which this is the final post, over, and we have one final post there. We were putting one in the middle. It's looking really good. So if this one is good, which I think it is, then we're good for this side once we do the other 3 posts. So when we're done, we're going to have 6 on a side. Plus, we did 2-foot bases, about 4 inches thick of concrete. And then we're topping it off with granite or stone, natural stone pieces, 12 of them. So we're really bringing up the base. Now, if it does sink, then we'd have to put another layer on. But I'm hoping with this many feet on the ground and on strong bases that we're not going to have that happen, because there's not going to be as much pressure on each one. The more you have on the ground, the less weight each one of them needs to hold. plus the wider your base is, the better. So I feel really comfortable that what we're doing is working out really good. I'm really excited. This is something that's needed to happen, and it's been quite a few years, and now it's happening. So that's cool. So I'm going to jack this one up a little bit more on each side. Then I'll get a measurement. I have to put our top header in, which I just finished cutting. Get a measurement, and then I'll have to cut that post. Now, so far, they've been working out really good. I had to take a 1/4 inch off this one to get it in, but then it did go in good. So I had to tap them some with the hammer. Had to jack up a little bit more to get clearance to get them in there. But it's not that you're going to get it perfect. But if you get it really close, it's going to feel really comfortable walking on that floor. And here we have Ava coming down to see what's going on. Okay, so I'll do another video about the post when I'm building the next one, and any little tricks I can think of for putting them in.